So, trick or treat. Well, this is different. Hi there, my name's Jeannie, not Poky. Welcome to today's video. I like knives, if you can't tell. Recently, I've been trying to get back into hobbies like yo-yoing, which I've not really gotten into as much as I have balisong flipping, which is actually what this video is mostly about, is balisong flipping. Now, I am very beginner to this. Now, yes, I started this hobby a few years ago, but I kind of dropped it for another few years. So let's actually go into that a little bit before we get into what this video is mainly about, because, heh, nerd. So, this was the very first balisong I ever got. It is, frankly, really, really bad. You can see the level of play this thing has gotten over the years. You can hear the tap this thing has got, and frankly, it is just not good. The Zen pins have started to wear down to the point where the handles are basically almost slapping together, and it often pinches my hand every time I try and use it. And, you know, like every kid, when they're trying to get into something like this, they see something that's cool and they think that's gotta be good. That was this purchase. This was a major regret. This is way too heavy. I don't have a scale or anything, but it is way too heavy. It is, I think, solid steel, channel designed, or crappy channel design, more like Chanwich design, CSGO knife. We all fall into this. If you're new to the hobby or you're a child, CSGO knives are a trick. They suck, right? But then recently, when I decided to get back into the hobby again after a few years of not doing anything, I decided to pick up a squiddy. Now, the squiddy has actually been pretty fun. I've been enjoying flipping it. It's something that I can take around everywhere that I go, and it's really fun. But I wanted to get into something a bit more serious with the hobby. So that's where this comes in. This is the Thomas Balisong Refault, and we're going to open this up today. And we are going to experience it for the first time together while I kind of rant about balisongs or even just reviewing this thing. I really don't know what direction I was going in with this. I just knew there was a direction at some point. Kind of lost it. I had to wait like a week for this thing to show up because I ordered it in the midst of all of the Amazon and AWS outages. So it comes with this card with the Refault, giving you little specs on it, like the blade material, the aluminum, the G10, the carbon fiber, all this. Thomas Balisong. I've heard they're really good. This bag is nice. It's a nice little baggie. I like this. It comes with a microfiber cloth, which I actually didn't know about. That's pretty sick. And replacement hardware. It's got pivots, washers, bushings, a T10 bit, which is nice. It's a T10 like driver bit. That's nice. More, I think these are weights, I believe. Does this have interchangeable weights? Wait, hold on. I didn't know that. And the piece de resistance. Oh my god, that is so pretty. Oh my, wow. What? Oh. Oh, hold on. Whoa. That is not at all what I expected. What? So this is what good balisongs are like. No tap. Actually, like, no play in this whatsoever out of the box. Wow, this is really cool. Okay. Whoa, and then the blade too. I really do like this Bowie blade design. I like the filled in part here, although I think that's just for weight. But that's really sick. There was two designs. There was the Tanto and the Bowie blade. I think this is a lot cooler, in my opinion, than the Tanto. But wow, man, that is beautiful. The carbon fiber, like, G10 is not as grippy as I expected, but, like, very, very grippy. Like, I feel like I will not drop this. Wow, dude, and that sound. We're gonna do, like, a little... I see people do it this way all the time. I don't know how they get, like, the constant vibration in that, but wow, dude. It's got hidden Zen pins, which is cool. I like the pinsless looking design, or hidden pin design. This silver, I didn't think I would like it as much as I do. Like, I was hoping to get either the black carbon fiber or the jade green, but everything but the silver was sold out. This is really pretty, man. And dude, that sound, man. That sound is amazing. Holy crap. I'm in awe at this. Now, I do have like a plan with this going forward to, you know, I want to spend like time with this, and I don't know if I'm going to make like a follow-up video. If a follow-up video is wanted, I'm more than happy to do that. But this is really cool. I'd like to spend time with this for a while, and just get used to it and learn about it and get opinions on how it feels, because frankly I like how it feels, but I want to get opinions on it. I'm also going to lube it and see just what that feels like. I don't know if it's pre-lubed, but I've been getting into using KPL. Getting the Squiddy is what got me to buy KPL and Torx drivers and Loctite and all that stuff, although I've not Loctited it. But I want to see how lubing this will change how it feels. So we're going to try it. Get a little bit of lube in the pivots. And I probably got it more on the aluminum part of the handles as opposed to the scales than I did anything, so we're just gonna work this in to the pivots. That does oddly feel a little bit better. But yeah, this is really, really cool. I think the sound is what makes this. I see when people rave about bushings. If this is what bushings feel like compared to washers, like, because the Squiddy just runs on washers, and you can definitely feel it, for sure, now that I have comparison. But, like, this runs on bushings, this runs on washers. This, I think, has washers. Yeah, it does have washers in it, you can see. But, this is, that's just terrible. And then this runs on straight up nothing. There is nothing keeping those pins from rubbing against the handles. You can see, for years I never bothered cleaning anything, so you can see all of the, like, scrapes and grime and all those scrapes, everything. But, like, man, the difference is night and day. Like, going from that to this heavy hunk of junk to the Squiddy, which I thought flipped amazing. And then you go to the Refault, and man, now I've heard it doesn't really do. I see why people say it doesn't fan amazingly, like with the tip weight, because I think it is. Yeah, it's fairly handle biased with its balance, but I quite like it. Wow. Wow. That is just an amazing battle song, just based off of, like, the first impressions on flipping it. Like I said, I do want to do, like, a better, maybe not dropping the camera. I would like to do, like, a, like, using this thing for an extended period of time, like going a week, using the Refault or something like that, just using it for a while and talking about it more, because obviously I don't have a crazy informed opinion on it yet. But this is amazing. This flips really well. The price point on this, right, as someone who's trying to get back into it, obviously it was a big jump going from something that I bought for like $15, something I bought for like $20 to, well, I paid, here's a story. So when I bought my Squiddy, I bought a basic Squiddy, like the OG Squiddy, not like the OG, but you know what I mean, the white Squiddy, the normal Squiddy. So I paid $50. They made a mistake, I guess, in shipment, and or compensated for the mistake that I had when putting in my address, and we had to change it and whatnot. When they sent me the Squiddy, they sent me the Squiddy B. And so obviously there's not a difference between the Squiddy and Squiddy B, at least that I know of, other than just the difference in plastic and the little nose thing here is different. But the Squiddy, $50 that I paid for it, really, really cool knife. Did I think it was worth the $50 price point? Not really. But it's a really good entrance into balisongs and a higher quality balisong than just some Amazon bullshit. But it's something that lasts. It's something I can take with me when I go on trips to the airport, or that I can even just take with me out and about. No one will really question it. As opposed to this one, I probably might get like questioned if I got seen flipping this in public. Like, hey, what is that? Is that a weapon? But man, going from the $50 to this, which I spent $90 on, is it worth that price? I don't actually know yet. What I would like to do, actually, is, other than spending time with this, there's other things I'd like to do. Like, I want to get other balisongs, whether it's like, something from Nabali's, or more things from Thomas Balisong, or other, like, Squid Industries products. I want to get more and give, like, a more informed opinion and gain more experience with these things. But I will tell you one thing for a first impression on a balisong that runs on bushings. Man, was this a good choice. I love the feel, I love the sound, I love everything about this right now. And so this is definitely going to be something that I'm doing all day, is just messing with this and learning on it and whatnot, right? Like, man, this is so unbelievably cool. Wow. It's so pretty, too. I cannot get over how beautiful that is. Now, I didn't really know what I was going to do with this video other than unboxing and talking about the refault and talking about knives and what I go through with them, but I do kind of want to talk about the hobby a little bit, or my hobbies in a way, because, you know, I like these videos, I like longer form videos, so let's talk about things, right? Like, let's go through story time with Gene here, right? So, this was my very first balisong. I got this in elementary school. I am graduated high school, for context. I got this in elementary school, and this was my very first balisong. This was my intro into the hobby, my intro into, I mean, things that had to do with your hands, because this was before I realized I got diagnosed with ADHD and needed things to do with my hands all the time. This was my introduction into the hobby, and did I think it was a good choice? Yes, because it was cheap, gives me experience on something, it let me learn. I learned how to do the basic tricks, obviously basic open, rollovers, whatever this thing is called. I don't remember what it's called, I just do it. I learned how to do like reverse open, stuff like that, right? I learned everything on this. This was, for years, my only really good experience with balisongs. Because I do actually own another one. I forgot to mention this. I own a live blade. I have no idea where it is. It is a cheap, like, even worse put together than this and this live blade that I got at a flea market for like $3. It was nothing. But again, this helped me learn the hobby and gave me experience into the hobby, gave me a passion for the hobby. But I have passions for other things. As you can see, I like knives. Like, I have decent ones like this one from Gerber, which, I mean, like, this is a wonderful knife. As you can tell, I've used it for a long time. I've taken it on hikes. I've taken it camping, and the little bit of camping I've done. It's really cool. I like the razor style, like, action with it. But, I mean, like, it's not something I carry around with me. I actually don't carry knives as much anymore because of the areas I live in. But this was, I believe, one of the first knives I was ever given by my uncle. You can see I put a lot of work into this thing too. The action is actually quite bad, because, like, it's an old knife, it's a cheap knife, but it's a knife I cherish. I love the guy who gave me this. These two knives are, I believe, the most important knives to me. They were both given to me by my late grandfather. This was, I believe, the first knife. Yeah, this was the first knife he ever gave me. He gave me this on the way back from a Sunday school day at church, when I used to go to church. He gave me that as a little gift. And this one is the knife I wore to his funeral. This was his knife when he was a kid, and I was given it by my grandmother once he passed, and I wore this to his funeral, and I restored it at the time. It needs to be touched up and whatnot, but it used to look a lot worse than this. But that is like my favorite knife I've ever owned. I got that, which I'm not going to go over. I got this, which I'm not going to go over. It's just going to stay there and no one's going to know about it. But, you know, I've liked knives for a long time. I've collected knives for a long time. And so getting into balisongs, which is a way of playing with knives in a way that's not as much dangerous, because obviously I don't flip live blades. I don't trust myself with live blades. I know I'm going to cut myself. I drop this thing more than enough. I mean, I feel like that's pretty evident by the scuffs, the scratches, the marks everywhere all over this thing. I mean, more so on like the bottom parts here. I drop these things a lot. I would kill myself. But something else I tried to get into was yo-yos. This is a crystal, I think like K1 is the name or something. It was a recommendation from Poky, actually. He is really into yo-yos, and I mean, I don't know if he's done a yo-yo video, but he should. He's really into yo-yos, and so he tried to get me into it and tried teaching me things about it. And I've been trying to get back into it again recently because I found it again. But it's not something I'll always come back to, like, let's say, a balisong, right? Like, a balisong, it's so fun. It's something that I've done for years. I thoroughly enjoy this hobby more than most others right now. You know, I've tried getting into things. I've tried getting into more creative things, like miniature painting, which I can put pictures up right here of kind of what I've gotten. I've gotten, like, one miniature done, but you know, I've tried getting into miniature painting. I've tried doing a whole slew of other things to try and, like, have hobbies and things to do. Because that's my biggest thing, is having things to do. ADHD makes that really difficult, obviously. But I like having things to do. This is just a hobby I've been going back to and back to and back to multiple times throughout my days. But I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I'm kind of just rambling on, but, you know, I did just want to make this video as a, 1, break for Poky, 2, I wanted to just have my first impressions and experience on this wonderful piece of equipment shown on camera, be out there, and kind of give a beginner's recommendation or a beginner's opinion on these things, because I've flipped this a lot. For years I've flipped this. I've tried. I love this. This is great. Is it that much better than this? Not really. Would I recommend this over this to someone trying to get into the hobby? Always, because this was $15 on Amazon when I bought it. This was $50. I would much rather recommend them something like this, which I know it's a clone. It's got like a Benchmade handle or blade type, but it's an introduction, right? You don't need a refault to get into the hobby. You don't need to spend $90. But could you? Yes. Will it be worth it? Yes, absolutely. This is amazing already. But I think, personally, what you should do, if you're trying to get into this, if you're trying to learn the hobby, get into the hobby, buy something cheap. Buy something 3D printed off Amazon. Buy some cheapo plastic one. Go, you know, there's so many things that you could do. And I'm not saying cheapo for this, just plastic. There's so many other options out there. There's so many good options. You can go to Nabalis, which sells a lot of amazing, apparently, knives. They have the Canyon, which is $50 and runs on fucking bushings, which is insane to me that there is a knife that runs on bushings for even cheaper than this. But, you know, this, it's a hobby that I will love. It's a hobby that I will cherish. It's a hobby that I'm hoping to continue to improve on, get better at, learn with. It's a really fun thing to do, and if my beginner-ass words can help get someone else into this hobby, I would love that. But I think that's really all I have to say. So I thank you very much for watching this video. I know it's not Poky levels of video, but you know what? It was fun. Bye-bye. So I kid you not, this little fucker right here just went from there to there to there, up here, up in his thing, jumped onto this thing, jumped up here, and then quickly piled back down to there within like a second. It was the funniest looking shit ever.